Alrighty, we're back finally. Um,
After a few technical difficulties.
it's only been like a year and a lot of problems. If you guys didn't see our previous video, we are recording on a laptop for one. We're also recording a few videos tonight, so we can try to post more consistently, like once a week, without knowing, because we don't know exactly when we can record. So hopefully we can get a few done and have them preset to go out. Anyways.
For some reason, we were also struggling to find how to get the stupid pause button on OBS. Like, for some reason, it's not just automatically included, and you have to go change your settings for it, which doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We're having problems.
Anyway, we're playing Doki Doki Literature Club first. We know it's been out for a while, but it's been long enough that both of us don't remember much about the game, and we both like it. We both think it's a very interesting game.
I don't know about Zach, but it's been... I watched a lot... when it first came out, a lot of YouTubers were playing it. I watched somebody play it, and then I didn't want to play it because I knew everything that happened, and it's a pretty linear game. Excuse me. But it's been long enough that I've forgotten what the major key points are, other than a few little bits here and there, but... So... I think it's time.
Yeah, just about.
Anyways, I was the one to start last video.
AKA a year ago.
A year ago, yeah.
So I'm going to start playing this time.
Yeah.
We're going to just take a small pause here, so don't mind the...
We're on a switcheroo.
Yeah.
See you guys soon.
Back.
And we're back. Okay.
All right. Okay, then we're just going to move this over here. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. I mean, it's been a while since either of us have played, right?
Yeah. So
I don't even remember this starting screen here. I'm going to be honest.
I don't remember any of the characters except for Monica.
Shut up, man.
It's only Monica.
We're just going to go to...
New game.
What do you want to make our name?
Come on now, Zach. What's the name of our channel? Let's be honest.
Will that fit?
Try it.
The full name.
Or you could do BTS.
I like that. I like that.
That might make dialogue weird.
Oh, do we want to read lines?
Oh, God. Is there a way to make it...
No, there's not.
Oh. I'm not doing voices. I'm sorry.
It's alright.
I should still read it, though.
I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long? Question mark? We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. I was about to say waking up. I mean, I get tired of waking up, but if she's gonna chase after me like this, I must feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me.
I'm not doing the girl voices. How do you even...
Yeah, I don't want to try.
We need a girl in here.
Yeah. I mean, see, that's why... Never mind.
We need some voice changer.
Voice changer? No, screw that. She overslept again. Wait, I thought we were the one that got tired. Never mind. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Don't we do that all the time, though? Yeah, you said that like you were thinking about ignoring me. We kind of were, though. Yeah, that's mean for sure. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Starting off strong. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to.
Are you okay, Zach?
Yeah, I'm okay. Whatever you say, Sayori. Oh, please never do that again, Jordan. The little, laugh here. You look so happy. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, have you decided on the club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? Did we? So far we haven't. I'm expecting in the past we did, though. I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like,
Relatable.
I guarantee you,
Relatable.
like, our character was just kind of going along with whatever Sayori wants.
Yep.
Sayori... Fuck me. Sayori likes to worry a little bit too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime.
I just realized something.
What?
On one of our video capture settings, we messed up something.
What did we mess up?
I remember this game does have pop-up windows.
Oh my god, you're right, it does. Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to include those. Do you think we'll get up to those today, this evening?
We're playing through the whole game, Zach.
Oh my god, you're right.
We'll fix it later. You guys won't have to look at that. It's fine.
I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I cannot read tonight.
I wonder why.
Oh, you can just screw up, huh? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world.
What is a NEET, actually?
That's a good question. It seemed like an acronym. Like
Here, hold on. I'm actually...
NEET.
Where's my phone? Oh, it's in my pocket.
Yeah, maybe you should take a look at yourself if you're trying to solve
whoopsie.
You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright.
Sorry, guys.
I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. So, yeah, we really are just kind of going along with whatever Sayori wants. Kind of, you know, the traditional childhood friend style. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. She looks so happy. The face is so happy.
I like how the first one that pops up when you type in what is a NEET is in Japan. It adds that.
Really?
Yes, immediately.
It immediately adds that?
NEET is an acronym for an English, as in British. The acronym started in the UK. Expression. Not in education, employment, or training. The acronym started in July 1990. This is not helpful. Hold on.
No, I'll continue. Why do I let myself...
Oh, here it is.
Oh, you got it?
A NEET is a young person who is not in education, employment, or training.
Oh. Okay, so she's basically saying, I don't want you to be a fucking bum.
A failure.
Yeah. Thank you, Sayori. More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if it does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Oh.
It's not comfortable.
Wow, this looks like the most basic classroom ever. The school day is as ordinary as ever. Wow, just like I said. And it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. It's called a clock. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming into the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. What do you think of that trope, like the whole, like, oh, I was just spacing out so I didn't notice everyone else leaving?
Exactly. I've never experienced anyone ever doing that.
That's what I mean. It's such a made-up trope. It's like, just the fact that you get
Usually
so lost in
things
yourself.
like that are based in real life, but...
I don't know, I've just never liked that one.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Look at this face. Look at this face. Okay. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Oh, she's vice president? I guess she's a little important then?
I mean, I don't think vice presidents of any club really get any recognition.
Well, aka why I
Or
said
any
a
choice.
little. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. Are you... Okay.
Also, just for clarification, we do live in the U.S., and up until what year? The vice presidents basically did nothing up until wasn't even that long ago, like 40 or 50 years ago.
Yeah.
For like half of our country's life, the vice president's job was to do nothing.
Well, just about. It was basically offloading anything the president didn't want to do onto the vice president.
Well, generally, the vice president literally did nothing.
I know.
In fact, was it Teddy Roosevelt said, put the there was a chandelier, and he said, just put it in the vice president's office. He needs something to look at while he's
Doing nothing.
doing nothing. He said.
I'm not sure. I don't know about the exact quote, but speaking of, in fact, she's 99%. We're 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. Okay, so I was completely wrong. She's not important at all. She just kind of.
She just joined in on somebody else's bandwagon.
Exactly. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. So she's not interested in literature. We're not interested in literature.
I like the music though.
It's very calming. Yeah, I'm gonna join the anime
Calming.
club.
I want to move to it. I'm bobbing
Come
my
on,
head.
please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I'd bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Who's Natsuki? Please stop. You don't need to do this. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Just abnormally long.
As most of these games go, obviously it's like the harem-based BS.
Well, I wondered, like, when this first came out, if people played this like your traditional visual novel.
Or
as
thinking
one
like,
would.
Yeah.
You had
thinking it was going to lead into more. We know how this game ends somewhat. It's very. This is a horror game technically.
Well, it's marked horror, at least in Steam anyway.
Yeah, which makes sense for. I know part of the ending, but I just don't remember most of it. But I wonder if people really thought this game was supposed to be like a love story type game, the harem.
I don't
trope.
know. It's a good. It's just the fact that when it like first came out, it seems very, like when you first start playing it, it's very much like that. Even now. And speaking of like horror aspects, and thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake.
For a cupcake.
I mean, would you sell your soul for a cupcake?
I mean, fair trade, in my opinion.
Fair trade? What? Your soul for a cupcake?
What am I gonna do with the soul? No soul, no feelings.
I mean, it really. Okay, for me, I think it depends on like what type of cupcake it is, I suppose.
Then I can commit war crime without any.
Oh, you're right.
Problems.
Would you really want to do that though?
Zach, I'm pretty certain I have a drawer over there that I can reach into.
Don't talk about that drawer.
And make.
We don't need to talk about. Oh my god! All the
my explosive
crappy.
drawer?
Yeah, the stuff you have in that drawer.
Joking, by the way.
He is joking. It's not explosives.
Though I do have fireworks over in a box over there. But those I didn't make.
This is not
most
wrong.
of them I didn't make.
Anyway, we're here. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to Girl 1.
Not even giving them names yet. Come on now.
One. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Saria always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy?
Isn't this the one that cuts herself?
Way to kill the atmosphere.
First one.
And then girl 2. I mean, big difference
Again,
here.
Isn't the first one the one that cuts themselves?
This one here?
Yeah.
Like purple hair lady?
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain.
What's
I'm
her
pretty
name
sure.
Again? It's like.
I don't even remember. It's been too long.
It's been so long.
And then we have girl 3.
Ah, BTS. What a nice surprise.
We all know who this is. Welcome to the club. And we say nothing. All words escape me in this situation. Apparently, we just walk. That's really funny. We walk into the room with 3 girls and we don't know what to say. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What did I just say?
Come on, BTS. I mean, come on, Zach.
Wait, you mean us?
It's you.
It's not me. What do you mean? It's us.
Hey, you're starting this, so it's you.
Oh, fine. What are you looking at? If you don't want to say if you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. Oh, so
Natsuki.
Natsuki. Humph.
Humph.
Humph. Do you put like the HU or is it just the humph
I do.
for you?
Humph.
I do.
You have to really get the in there. Humph.
It'd be so much like daintier than that though.
Nah. I imagine Natsuki has a really manly grunt. Humph.
Okay.
Really deep, manly grunt.
I don't know how much I like that.
Grizzly.
Well, she's described as the girl with the sour attitude. Whose name is apparently Natsuki.
The one I don't recognize.
Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year.
I have to change the way I'm sitting constantly because this is not comfortable.
She's
guys,
also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori.
Guys, this setup we have is terrible right now. We know there's a little echo. We couldn't fix it before we started this. We tried. I'm sitting on like a bench thing, so I have nothing to lean my back against, and I'm also like probably 3 or 4 inches lower than Zach, and he's already taller than me. Everything about this is horrible, and it's very uncomfortable. I'm sorry. Why are you just skipping through? You're supposed to read.
What do you mean?
Just wait for a second,
Hey,
Zach. You're
I'm
not
not
playing
trying to-
alone.
I know, I'm not trying to waste time here. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. You know, she's like the shorty. And this is Yuri, smartest in the club. Oh, Yuri. Don't say things like that. Oh, very embarrassed. Oh god, that's actually kind of weird to look at, like the front view and then you have the like side view with one eye.
It's a little strange.
Yuri,
but...
who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? Yeah, we know Monica. That's right.
Monica.
That wasn't our voice, that was Monica's voice. It's great to see you again, BTS. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well,
Suspicious.
we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in the class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. But how do we know each other well if she even admits we barely talked? Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. It feels what? What do we feel? Embarrassed? Good about ourselves? What are other basic tropes? Come sit
I'm
down,
just
BTS.
watching you over the over your shoulder.
Yeah. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes.
Hey Zach, how long is this game again?
It's fairly long.
Oh, we might have made a mistake.
That's alright. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then, how about I make some tea as well? Oh, Yuri. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! I don't even know how to make this sound, if I'm being honest.
Whoa!
It's like that's definitely Sayori's face, but not so much Monica's face. Like
yeah, Monica. Well, it's Sayori saying it. Monica is just like, what is that?
that's what I mean. Like Sayori is like so shocked, and then Monica's like, what the fuck? Like, chill out. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. Do we get to see them? So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki.
Well, you know.
I really don't like this like super masculine Natsuki.
I mean,
just
okay,
try
I'll
and
stop.
take one. Oh, it's alright. I mean,
I'll stop.
I think if I remember correctly, that's kind of what the internet did to her.
Was it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Is that why I'm getting it from?
I'm not sure, but I'm
like
pretty
pulling
sure
it from my memory.
They just made her the like really masculine one. Sayori grabs one first,
I
then
think I know
Monica.
why.
I follow.
I think I remember why now.
It's delicious.
Do you remember why, Zach?
I don't. Why?
You have 3 examples here of
Of what?
endowment.
Oh, shut up.
And there's one that is much more masculine than the others.
This one? The one in the center?
Yeah, I think that if I'm not mistaken, I think that it was wise because it was almost like boyish figure.
Well, yeah, I see
minus the hair.
Minus the hair. Take away the hair. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. You know, what's up? Okay.
Fair.
Natsuki's quiet. What's up with the whole thing with people, like, eating cupcakes, like, breaking off the bottom and putting it on top?
What, making a sandwich out of the cupcake?
Yeah, the sandwich cupcake? What
Is that a problem?
Is she waiting for me to take a bite?
With a cupcake like this, which was described as, like, decorative, I think that's an absolute mutiny.
Honestly, yeah.
It's wrong.
If you have, like, a cute cat decorated cupcake and you just, like, rip off the bottom and you shove it on the top.
I might get hate for this, but personally what I would do is I would try to preserve the top of the cupcake, the decorative part, as long as possible. So I would eat the bottom, just the plain cake first, and then probably take the entire top of the cupcake off in one bite, just so I don't have to think about biting into the decorative and ruining it.
She's getting all embarrassed because we said it was good.
Why are you thanking me? It's not like I...
Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? Oh, a little self-conscious here about the whole, you know, the classic.
Something makes me think you might have.
I thought you technically did. Sayori said. Well, maybe. Okay. But not for, you know, you dummy. Well, didn't we, like, just meet her?
Yeah, I thought so.
Is that not the contact? Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yeah, we consider it weird logic.
Wasn't it for the new person, but she didn't know it was us?
Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess.
I guess this club gets some extra perks that others don't.
I suppose. I mean, if they can just have tea.
Just in class, like...
Well, they're not in
Are they
class.
using an electric kettle? Like...
Well,
that's what I'm
probably.
wondering. Do they have, like, a little, what is it called?
A hot plate?
A hot plate, yeah. Do they have a hot plate in the class, or are they having an electric kettle? When was this game made?
Didn't we look it up?
Was it
2015?
15?
Yeah.
Was it 2015?
Yeah, it came out 2015.
I mean, yeah.
God,
What is the time era of the game? Like, what?
I don't know. When is it set?
Because it looks very traditional. I don't know what Japanese classrooms look like, but...
Honestly, I have no idea. I saw a post a while ago, and it was like, I just visited a grad student at Harvard that's studying, like, I believe it was physics or something, and it showed a picture of their bedroom, and it was literally just a mattress on the floor, and then clothes piled in a corner. And that was it. Like, that's what they got as a bed.
Interesting.
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. I do really like Yuri, though. But that's not, like, as far as first impressions go...
We all know who Zach's favorite is.
I'm just trying to say, like, as far as first impressions go, she seems, like... I don't know. Just the character in general.
Zach, let's throw a poll up right here in the video. Which one's your favorite so far?
No. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. Certainly, I'm sure that's something we can both agree on. We both enjoy tea.
In fact, you want to go make some tea while you continue through?
I guess, if you just want it to be me for a while.
I mean, it works either way. It's either we waste a little bit of time going to make tea, because I'm wanting some tea too, I'll be honest. This is not enough. It's fruity, but I want something, tea.
Yeah, go make tea. I got this for a while at least.
If he says any shit about me, don't listen to him. None of it's true. I promise.
Well, you think I'm gonna talk shit about you while you're gone?
Hey, it's a possibility. I never know you, Zach.
Alright, not that you haven't known me forever.
It's only been like, what, 13 years?
Yeah.
Something like that.
13 years, you know. Like 75% of our life.
Yeah, 75%, like 80%.
Yeah. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles.
I'll be back, guys. I promise.
So what made you consider the literature club? Well, Sayori kind of dragged us in. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by... Exactly what I said, dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. Monica seems so nice at the start. Like... We'll make sure you feel right... We'll make sure you feel right at home, not well. Make sure you feel right at home, okay?
Guys, shh, he doesn't know.
Whatever he's doing, I don't care to know. As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I mean, how exciting can it be, really? Just wondering. How come you decided to start your own club? Okay, so she started the club. You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. She could. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, no.
Hey, what kind of tea do you want? Yorkshire or Yorkshire Gold?
Just Yorkshire.
Plain Yorkshire?
Yeah, no. You're the one that likes the gold.
Well, it has more complex, rich flavors, Zach.
Well, yeah, but...
It's delicious.
I tried it. I remember trying it. I didn't like it that much. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. Politics? Politics.
Wait, around what?
But yeah, we have Monica here talking about all the politics around the major clubs.
Why are there politics around my school clubs?
Also, you know, like high school? I don't know. Whatever.
Is it... Here's the thing, though. In Japan and other countries, generally, high school is not considered high school.
Yeah, this is true.
It's all a different scale, and it confuses me because I'm American.
Well, yeah. It's just... Okay, for reference, it's just hard for me and Jordan to judge, like... I suppose the maturity level that other countries expect from people of a similar age as us.
Especially since, isn't Japan's legal age of consent lower than ours?
I'm not sure.
Or
I have to fact check that.
Because there's... Certain parts of Japan still practice, or certain people, I should say, still practice arranged marriages, don't they?
I believe so.
That's something you almost never find here in the States.
No.
Unless it's...
And if you do,
It's Muslims, generally.
Yeah.
People who are very Muslim. Or, I shouldn't say very Muslim. It's generally people who are Muslim.
Yes. Oh, we're not
We're not trying to
against
take fun of anyone. We're very inclusive, I promise. This is the kind of crap we talk about on a normal basis. We're never racist, unless it's a joke, and only if we have certain friends around.
Jordan. Shut up. Go make the damn tea, man, before you get us canceled.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
There are people we can joke about if they're present. Otherwise, we wouldn't joke about them because it's only funny if you have somebody who's also in on the joke.
I've been on this one screen. Go make the tea. I think people want to see more of whatever the hell Monica has to say.
Alright. I'll leave.
Bye.
Bye.
It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. We're worrying about budgeting, publicity, and preparation in high school clubs. It's crazy. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. I mean, wait, isn't one of the key elements of literature to be able to grab attention? Like, when you're writing literature, like a hook, isn't that technically one of the main elements, or like, of even a book of like young adult literature, like, pointing out Harry Potter, it's meant to grab attention, as it was rather controversial for a while as to whether it should be considered adult literature. Either way, you have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it! And I suppose we agree. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why I really can't talk. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member.
Kettle's on.
Okay. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Apparently we don't read manga. I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. So, they probably all enjoy different, like, aspects of literature, I'm guessing?
I imagine so. That's generally how people go.
Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can we like join this club and we see these like, cute girls that we say, and suddenly we're just all about literature. We're like, yeah, well, we can change. What am I saying?
See cat?
Hmm?
You guys want to see my cat?
Oh my gosh, cat guest star?
Guest star?
It's
you have,
Tiger
like, Boy!
Yeah, this is Tiger Boy. Not to be confused with Tigger. Very similar. They even look pretty similar. Tigger's just chunky.
Luckily, this is the most loving of the three cats I have. Midnight is the definition of a demon.
Yeah, you didn't get Midnight that long ago, though.
He's still young, but he's a nightmare. Anyways, I'm gonna go check on the kettle.
I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Aw, that's kind of cute, though. Anyways, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Oh my gosh. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. I mean, this is like exactly what I'm talking about. Like, I really enjoy aspects of visual storytelling as well as like world building, and this is exactly what she's talking about. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyways, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Rather fitting. I read a horror. I read a horror book once. Yeah, just once, I desperately grasp something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well have been having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I suppose so. It's like, very existential moments when you have large things happen to you at a time, or they make you view the world differently, or include a piece of such a world that usually isn't looked upon by society typically. It really does change your view just for that little bit. Ugh, I hate horror. Apparently Natsuki hates horror. So again, very different. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori. Everyone's like making fun of Natsuki. Sayori what is this word? Siddles? I don't even know. I've never seen that word. Up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Oh, everyone's just ganging up on her. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think it's impressive. Honestly, yeah, writing poems is hard. I never liked writing poems myself.
Well, mate.
What?
Do you want any honey or milk?
Give me a little bit, honey.
Bit of honey?
Yeah.
Alright.
So far, we've learned that, you know, stuff about characters.
Stuff about characters.
Very,
That's very, very descriptive, Zach.
I know, right? But you're making tea. I'm trying not to distract you too much. Like, Natsuki doesn't like horror, and she writes poems. That's basically what we've learned.
How long do you want brewed?
I don't know. Whatever you go for.
Maybe just try about 2 minutes.
Go for 2 then.
Pretty deep.
No.
It brews quickly. Am I distracting you?
Well, no, it's fine. Just go for the 2 minutes. I'm just waiting on you to get back. It's not nearly as much fun commentating with just one person. I'm sitting here like
you're talking to yourself.
I'm literally talking to myself, and I guess you know, Natsuki here, but not that I'm talking
you know,
to.
like Phoenix Bliss.
Ooh, name dropping. I thought you said we weren't name dropping.
I said not yet. That was in the last video, Zach. That was a little introductory welcome back video. Come on now.
And the last video was 5 minutes. You wouldn't. Oh, she's saying we wouldn't like her poems.
And guess what? Nobody's gonna hear this because they probably already clicked off.
You're not wrong.
There's only one person who might hear it, and
I'm a
it's
very
the exact
confident
person I'm
writer
talking
yet.
about.
This is true.
You go back to reading your lines. It's almost done.
All right.
The water's almost boiling. I can hear it.
I cannot. I have the headphones on. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Dang. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Awkward silence. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. And, you know, everyone's surprised. Woo, an idea. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Oh, yeah, no one wants to do that. Aside from Sayori. Sayori's always so... Seems she's always very up to doing whatever. Well, Yuri and Natsuki are not so much. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, BTS? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All 4 girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought... Oh. Just BTS, it's not like... It reminds me of BLT way too much. But it's just bacon and tomato sandwich. It's not... There's no lettuce. you all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Again, you know. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. It seemed like it was all at once. Not like one by one. I was kind of expecting the incremental again, but... Yes, I'm so happy. Sori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. Why were they also, like, attached immediately? Obviously for the story's sake, but other than that. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Oh, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. BTS, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. So, I wonder if we get to, like, choose how we write the poem now? I don't remember. Ihihi, or ehe, or, yeah, however you want to say it. The little laugh thingy.
Slight issue.
What's the issue?
I can't find the honey.
Oh, it's fine.
Want some sugar instead?
Sure. Basically, all you've missed is all the girls basically guilt-tripped us into joining the club by being like, oh, but we thought you were gonna join.
Ah, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, now we have to write a poem.
They guilt-tripped us and then made us write a poem.
Yeah, basically
That's
it's homework.
That's some fuck shit. You guys want a drink? Joking.
Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills?
Oh, so our character really is into Monica.
I guess. I mean, I think it was just because they were saying that Monica is like the super popular girl.
Ah. He's
You know.
trying to get in.
Yeah.
Literally and figuratively.
Fuck off. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat. There's no S there. As Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sierra and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay. She's so excited. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that the character here is not in it for the literature. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one. Keyword is one here, specifically, of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. Acting like we didn't choose this. Make the most of our circumstances. However, we chose this. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Choice time? It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem most. Oh, okay, so it's like a favorites system based on poem writing. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it basically just said, like, we get to choose adjectives or words in general to write a poem with that we think are going to be conducive to, you know, whichever girl we like the best. I don't really want to do this without Jordan, though. I think we should agree on this. Jordan! Yo! I mean, so we have bouncy, parfait, effulgent, cry, climax, captive, depression, pleasure, hope, and joy. Some very powerful words here. I've never even heard of the word effulgent, if I'm being honest. I don't know what it means. And then you have, like, some very, like, sad ones. Cry, depression, like, parfait as in the food, I suppose. But it also means good in French.
I may have gone a tad heavy on the sugar. Came out faster than I expected.
That's alright. Oh, you're just in time. I was calling for you. We have to write our first poem.
Oh, Christ, okay.
Okay, so, it said that the way it works is we're given a select number of words, right? And we have to choose words based on whoever we like best so far. So, basically, we're tailoring poems to the character that we like best. And then potentially something good will happen.
That is interesting. Okay.
So, we have... Do you know what effulgent means, by chance?
I see one word that our character probably wants to do.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh, I actually see several, actually.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was saying we have some very, connected words. We, pride, depression, then there's also joy, pleasure, hope,
Bouncy. We know one character that does not account for.
You are really just on tonight, aren't you?
What do you mean I'm on?
You know what I mean. So, what are we going with first? So, who do we... I don't want to do this by who we like the best, but instead who we want to, like, try and tailor it to each time to see if results are different.
Okay, if that's the case.
So, who do you want to go with first?
I'm going to tell you the words, and you're going to see... I'm going to have you guess which one. Bouncy, cry, captive, depression. And the last two don't make a... Can we choose any? Does it have to be one from each category, or?
I don't believe so. We just need 20 words in general, and this is apparently
Am I just stupid, or is effulgent?
Effulgent?
Effulgent, yeah, whatever.
I've never
heard of it either.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Okay. I just want to make sure I'm not
Can we, like,
nuts.
Google it?
Oh, God. Let me get my Google machine out.
Sorry. You know, I was actually talking about how...
We're a tad stupid, guys. I'm sorry.
Not that, but I didn't like writing poems myself, so why would I...
Shining brightly radiant.
God,
that's
so
probably
most
Monica.
Likely... No. I'd say that's Sayori.
Yeah.
Describing
Never mind.
Sayori.
You're right.
And then we have, you know, depression, which
we
most
know
definitely
who that is.
resonates with Yuri here.
Yuri, the little depressed sheep.
She's not even little. She's like the tallest of the four.
I know, she is the tallest.
So then we have...
Sayori is the little one. Not Sayori, sorry. Natsuki.
Yeah.
I got it. I had it. In what context is parfait?
That's what I was asking, because I was saying in French it means good. In English it typically refers to the food.
Right.
I kind of like captive here, I'm not gonna lie.
Captive, depression, cry. Just because we might as well go ahead and get
We're gonna go with
Yuri's.
Captive. And it shows like which character it
was. Oh, so there was multiple that we had. Okay.
Yeah, so we need 20 words total. Up here in the top right.
Unrequited? Infallible? No, that's probably...
Entropy. Bubbles.
Entropy is probably Yuri.
Do we like entropy?
Yeah.
They're all perfect.
Atone?
Atone for what? What would we be atoning for?
I don't even know.
Infallible.
We haven't done anything yet. Infallible is probably Sayori.
I'm wondering if we can tailor this to Monica, just because Monica does not have a sticker down here.
That is possible too.
Papa? Question
Who
mark?
has daddy issues?
I don't know.
Let's be honest. It's probably Natsuki.
Can we find out?
It's probably Natsuki.
Yeah, let's see.
It's Natsuki.
It is.
I told
Natsuki.
you. I told you.
Incapable.
Sadness. Let's go ahead and go Yuri. So sadness.
Sadness. Oh no.
What? Oh, I forgot. Sayori actually does have some. She has some deep crap going on.
So. It seemed like okay. So Yuri, you missed all this, but she was specifically
misery.
Very resonant with like world building aspects and like
world building.
Things that like draw you in. So like stories that will draw you in and develop something that is
What is flea?
Rather complete.
Okay, flea as in the
Um,
tiny little bug, or
no.
I know
This
it's
is as
mean
in to
leave
escape.
it, yeah. Misery.
Misery?
How is that also?
I don't know
Okay,
if
yeah,
it's...
she has some deep crap going on.
I don't know if it's specific to the character or not. It seems like it is, but we'll just have to see.
She has some deep crap going on.
Marshmallow? Fantasy.
Fantasy seems like
Fantasy.
Yuri. No, what? Oh, manga. Duh. She likes manga.
Shopping unstable.
Covet.
Covet.
Unstable shopping color. I feel like unstable is just Sayori at this point.
We like unstable.
Oh, okay, there we go. Yuri, but
I don't think we need to.
We're
tailor.
screwed up.
It's just
at
whatever.
This point.
Yeah.
Lazy,
Fireworks.
twirl, holiday, graveyard. Graveyard.
This is very different.
Graveyard.
Kawaii.
Kawaii.
No thanks. Agonizing.
Unending, agonizing. Just pick the darkest word you see. Probably agonizing. I
like
scars. No, yeah, scars. Yeah, Yuri, scars.
Lollipop. I like Rose here, though. I'm not gonna lie.
If you want to go Rose, you can go Rose.
I like Rose. I know
We're
it's
playing her
not Yuri like we were.
Nightgown. Why is that even? Imagination. I like imagination here. Or vivacious.
Oh, this is a nice word. I like this word.
It's very fun to say. Suicide. There you go.
Wow. Oh my god.
Despise. Incongruent.
This is the moment when
Misfortune.
I think people realize this game is not all that it seems to be. Because some of these words are
Zach,
rather...
we just picked suicide.
I understand, but that's
we
what
didn't...
I'm saying.
Okay, that sounded really bad out of context.
No one clipped that.
Don't clip us.
Intellectual.
That makes sense. Disoriented, afterimage, existence, secretive, ambient, headphones. What? One of these things is not like the other.
Yeah. Pure.
Death.
Where is that? There's also lust.
Death.
Death?
Oh,
Question.
oh Christ. Infinite,
Meager.
party, question, candy, destiny, ribbon, sparkle, dance, meager, childhood. Ooh.
I don't know how much this is going to affect things, though.
I don't know if it affects it at all.
Well, it said it would if the poem is liked by certain characters, so good things could happen. We like infinite. Kiss, vibrant, uncanny, silly, disaster, broken, melancholy.
Let's completely switch up everything.
Melancholy?
Sure.
Yeah, there we go.
Rainbow is not the go-to here. Grief
No.
or alone. Or insight, vivid. I
I
don't
like-
know. There's quite a few.
I kinda like the insight.
Insight might. Yeah. Ooh.
Starscape?
Excitement. Play, loud, sing, explode. Explode is fun. Melody.
Explode is it's okay. I also find it interesting that they're pairing a lot of these words with a lot simpler words, like things like play with excitement.
Yeah.
And like loud with melody.
Obviously, if you go with play, it's just the worst version of excitement.
I mean, I suppose, but they're different.
Explode.
Even in the same context.
I like the vision of
Explode.
Inferno. Perfect to go with our last word.
What?
Massacre, even better.
Oh god. I
We
feel
went
like this
heavy
is how
on
we
Yuri.
lead everyone down the killing path.
Isn't that what we want? Hi again, BTS.
Oh, it's still hot.
Well, duh. It just came off the... Okay.
Well, I've given it a little time.
Hi again, BTS.
Glad to see you didn't run away on us. So we're okay. So obviously we're just skipping school days because nothing ever important happens during the school day.
Yep.
Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, BTS. Oh, I said while you're away, BTS reminds me a little bit too much of BLT. So we just had a bacon tomato sandwich. There's no lettuce.
BTS.
I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. No, we don't have commitment issues.
Bacon, tomato, sardines.
Oh God, no. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year.
Ugh, shut up, short stack.
In the last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature.
Not wrong, but also it's kind
What
of
was the whole lesson that we had on what is defined as literature and how it's a subjective matter?
It's very
and
subjective.
Cannot actually be defined.
Literature is whatever. If you put that together, random words in a book, and say it's literature, there's not very many people who can argue with you.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Any
okay,
words. First thing that comes to your mind.
I'm not going to say that.
That's... We all know what Zach's thinking. Hey, Zach, do we need your girlfriend on the phone?
Ooh, shut up. Well, that's not what I was thinking, but... Just the random words that came to mind.
I don't want to know. I'm... Not the audience. They might want to.
What's our audience? No one?
Exactly.
Ourselves?
The Void wants to know, Zach.
The Void wants to know everything. It also... Okay, see, like, what is considered literature is also brought up in stuff like House of Leaves. If you've ever heard of the book.
Yeah.
Notoriously hard to read, unclear of what the plot is.
Zach, reach on to your left, grab that book. If you think anything is harder to read than that book, then you're just wrong.
Oh, Beyond Good and Evil. Okay.
No, it's Beyond Good and Evil and the Genealogy of Morals.
Yeah, you've talked to me about
By
this
Nietzsche.
book before. Yeah. But have you ever seen the way that House of Leaves is set up? Like, it is legitimately, all of the words on the page are organized in a way that they don't flow naturally. And the subject of the book is just inherently unclear, that it makes reading the book difficult in itself. I mean, which makes me want to read it, obviously. But
sounds fun.
I doubt I'd be able to get through much of it. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back in her seat. Don't worry, guys. BDS always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning your room, what? How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire. Why am I not surprised? Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you?
I can't help it every time I see that.
I might be a little jealous. Yuri jealous. How come?
Interesting.
You and BTS can become good friends too.
What do I always...
Oh, I never noticed this before about the character mod. She plays like with her hair.
Yeah.
I just didn't notice before. Sayori.
I really hate this classroom.
As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori.
Me?
God, we're just like them. Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sorry, made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be.
Zach, your voices have definitely gotten worse over the year.
I know they have. I'm not trying.
Is that so?
I'm reading here, man.
All right.
Stop it. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read.
It's a short book. God, that is a backhanded compliment.
Certainly.
I'm sorry, but it'll keep your attention. She's not meaning it to be, I know that, but it's just that... If you have any sense...
Well, genuinely, if I joined a club about something that I wasn't too interested in, I'd see this as more of a nice gesture.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, I understand your brain can't comprehend long sentences, so I have this short read for you.
God. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute?
I don't know if she's accidentally doing anything.
Is she, though? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. See, our character's taking this genuinely. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read
I know,
this.
this is just...
I enthusiastically take the... Oh, this is probably our good situation here.
Probably.
From our poem.
Unless this always happens. It might come later. I haven't read the poem yet.
That's what I was thinking. I wonder if it's if we read the poems out loud.
I don't remember this game, how it works at all.
Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. Oh, you just said it was short, and then you also... Yeah, double backhand compliment. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I'd feel bad for distracting her from reading.
Is this what always happens, or is this something that we did because of what we chose?
See, that's what I'm saying. We have no way of knowing. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seemed to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. She's so nervous. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her feel uncomfortable. Oh. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. So she wasn't as focused as we thought.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
She posted that dick.
Oh. That's the book you gave me, right? So, So she's obviously rereading this to get us to discuss it with her.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to reread some of it.
Some of it?
Not for any particular reason. Yeah,
if
that
it's
face...
so short, then why don't you just read all of it?
Yeah, that face says otherwise. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy... You just happened to buy 2. Alright. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go.
Deep impressions on her.
I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down.
Why did we choose to play this game? I just thought about that. It's 4 female characters that we can't voice because we don't have high enough pitched voices, and then 1 male character, which is us.
Yeah.
We need... Gosh. This was a mistake. This looks bad. I'm sorry, guys.
I mean, does it look bad on us?
Well, I'm saying is probably they expect some kind of voices. Considering our one-shot playthrough, which was the most popular on our channel.
Oh, I can't...
Oh well, it's fine. We're already here. Let's get it done.
I suppose. Apparently it's a very engaging and relatable story.
How long are we even going, by the way?
I don't know, let's, What's it about anyway?
Sorry guys, we're just gonna check how long our recording's been going. Ooh.
A little over an hour.
About an hour, yeah.
What's it about anyway?
Oh, come on, there we go.
Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. She doesn't remember what it's about.
Bit strange.
Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. Dang.
What is this, North Korea?
That's kind of... It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. And then casually laughs it off. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, BTS? No, it's not that. I mean, are we, though?
I love dark stories.
I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things.
We didn't.
She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
Let me see your wrists.
It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil. Yeah, this is giving me like the vibes of the enemy of my enemy is my friend, and in times of war, people will people that were previously enemies will band together just to overcome a common difference or something of the sort.
Right.
It's amazing what tragedy can do to people. It will like immediately dissolve conflicts and...
Sorry if I'm still on camera here. Or if I'm too far away.
I have no clue. You're probably a little far. But because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in, then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then.
BTS, you dog.
You're talking about us, Jordan.
I know.
But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. This is the truth.
But it's not a listening club.
Well, that's true. See, she agreed. It's true.
Yeah.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. Ha ha ha. What are you saying?
Are you want pie? You want pie? Coconut cream.
Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. I'm sorry. I apologize for Jordan. I don't know why he's being this way tonight.
It sounds good.
Are you sure?
Coconut cream pie.
I don't like coconut cream pie.
You are weird.
I just don't, man.
If you guys like coconut cream pie, leave a comment. If you don't, still leave a comment and tell us that you don't.
Yeah, leave a comment saying that Jordan sucks for liking coconut cream pie.
And if you like coconut cream pie, then make sure Zach knows that he is not loved.
Damn, harsh.
Hey, you started this competition. That is your fault.
This is true. But dang, I just said you didn't have to go that far. Damn. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Where is it?
She's getting nervous and we're just like sitting down next to her. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. Wait, but... Never mind. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright.
Alright.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just...
Share, God.
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
Insecure
I do.
much?
I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, here, this should work, right?
Wasn't that us that said ahaha?
It was, I just didn't realize until I did the voice. Shh! Shh! Don't mention it. I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. See, it's exactly what you said, to share. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I
This
turn
looks
the page.
very uncomfortable of a position to hold it.
Like,
your neck is going to be so strained after, 10 minutes.
Honestly,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
You hold it up, not flat on the desk. Hold it up a little bit. Come on now.
That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. Just fucking feel
Okay, this is a bit creepy now.
she's in the corner of my vision. It's just, yeah, just a little.
I can feel the warmth of her face.
Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second.
I wonder why.
She even has they animated the little glance. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit long. That's what I was about to say. Also, sharing a book like this is kind of awkward because if you don't read it very similar pace,
Yeah.
it's
One
going
person's
to be...
just waiting at the end, just stares over at you, waiting for you to finish.
It'd be like if you, when you're reading the 2 pages, if one person reads significantly faster.
Come on, Zach, finish the page.
Hey, I'm reading sentences here.
It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition.
We continue the first chapter in silence.
Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. What is this? Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways.
Oh, that's a dangerous place to put my tea.
But she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does.
Oh, I'm not gonna be able to do that.
Up there? That is not a good spot.
Let me just stand up real quick and take a sip.
She's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like it can see into your head or anything. But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see.
Oh.
We're psychoanalyzing Yuri here with this book.
What is this?
Yuri remains silent for a moment. But, BTS, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. It's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything.
Maybe we should do this in 2 parts.
That's what I'm
saying. Or 3 parts, probably.
It's a longer game.
This is a little bit longer than I remember it being.
I told you it's
I
rather
forgot
long.
It's kind of long.
Sorry. I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. ... I guess I'm more meant that it's kind of cute. There was no H at the beginning. Is
I was trying. What are you saying all of a sudden?
Ew, no, that is not the Yuri voice. That's like... Okay, everyone. Monica just like busts down the door.
In, yeah.
And she's like, okay, everyone. I think it's about time
we share today's poems with each other.
We might not have enough time if we wait too long. This is true. How long? I wonder how long this club runs for. Considering it's a literature club, like, and the main activity will be reading, and reading takes time to actually accomplish anything. I wonder if this club
I imagine it's like 2 hours a day.
Honestly,
with how much they're doing in this time period each day. How many days does it do? Is it a week?
I think it's every day.
Is it a week? I'm saying, is it like, does the actual game, the full game,
span a week?
Span a week?
I don't remember.
I don't remember how many days we have.
You'll come down. Sorry if you haven't recorded this. Oh, it's fine. You're really least from the book rather than your drums.
Wait, that doesn't make sense.
Alright.
By a week, I mean like 5 days. Because
just some more reading tonight.
they don't go to school every day. They similar school schedule, right? Am I just completely wrong about that? And then Americanizing.
I don't know. Or do you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know. That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. She just gives us, like, a curfew now. She's like, oh, just finish the first 2 chapters and we'll catch up. Alright. I stand up. I'll make a mental note where I left in the book, then slip it back. A mental note? I thought you said not to deal with a bag when you're recording. It's gonna catch up on the mic.
I'm hungry.
Dude, you're gonna get all the crinkles.
Nobody's watching this anyway. It's okay, Zach.
What are we freaking at? We're at an hour 17. People
I don't think Bait will make it to this.
Are you sure? By the way, did you remember to write the poem? Yes, I did. It was very dark. We talked about, you know, the endless cosmos, depression, sadness, suicide, all that kind of stuff. The normal. Yeah.
Infinite suicide, yeah.
Yeah, my relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? Oh, we just share with one person?
Share with Yuri.
Not like everyone? I can't wait. Sari and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sari's was on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first?
Again, obviously Yuri.
I suppose?
She'll love it.
Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. Is that not contradictory, though? If somebody has the most experience, wouldn't they have a preferential opinion to what they like instead of a more fair one?
I mean, if...
I
it
suppose
kind of
it
depends.
varies.
Yeah, it depends.
As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going, oh, he's
Why
going
would
to
I
hate me. We don't hate you, Yuri. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. That's, I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? I don't know. You're just very shy. Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Yeah, you know, writing about suicide and death and depression. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment.
Oh, I just take this from my own personal life.
Yeah, I've got the noose
It was
hanging
more
up.
of a memoir, to be honest.
I've got the noose hanging up whenever I need it. This is actually my first time, really. Huh. Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. ... Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers.
Mm-hmm.
And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skill and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. This is true, and this is why I don't like writing poems.
Mm-hmm.
Poems are literally a pain because your little poem
My accidental poem that won $20.
Yeah.
No, $50.
Yeah, you wrote it in what, like a couple hours, right?
Hours?
I still remember that. What was it, like 5th grade that we wrote those freaking poems or some shit?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it was like 5th grade.
Okay, really quick story. I'm going to tell it real quick. Break it down. We had this advanced writing class, advanced placement, BS, because I always call it BS because they don't continue in high school. They kind of just drop you off with everyone else that's at a little bit of a higher level. But it's not the same. It's a lot more people included.
Like, basically, me and him were in, like, a whole bunch of advanced classes that were specifically set aside in different classrooms with, like, a select set of people. It was, like, 6
or 7 people in each class.
Yeah, and we had this for, like, writing and math and reading and science, I do believe.
No,
like,
science, they didn't have it.
Science, no. But basically,
it was reading, writing, and math.
Yeah, it was 3 of our 4 main classes, and we had all of this. And then when you get into high school, they just kind of go, yeah, here you go, be with everyone else now.
Exactly. Anyways, we were forced to write this poem. I hated writing. I hate writing still. But we were forced to write a poem, otherwise, obviously, we wouldn't get the grade, and then you'd fail. And it counted towards, like, 30% of your grade for that quarter. It was horrible. But I had to write it. I was pushing it off. The last night before it was due, I quickly wrote it in like 30 minutes. And somehow I won the competition they had going on and I got $50. And Zach was salty.
It was a mandatory assignment that was put into a competition.
And Zach was very salty.
It's not even because I think my poem was good. My poem was complete trash.
You just spent a lot longer on it than I did.
Yeah, exactly.
He spent days perfecting it. I spent 30 minutes, and then I had to add some punctuation.
Yeah.
Is all I was told to do.
I don't know. It's whatever. This is why I don't like writing poems. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part, so definitely stylizing. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. This is not proper sentence structure, ironically enough.
No, not at all.
I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though.
So, next time you tailor it to Natsuki.
Certainly. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, or me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Oh, then we have our nice poem here. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the pleasant but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back.
Interesting.
So she's referring to herself as a ghost here?
I guess so.
Or as the character, I suppose, as the essence of this person that is in the poem.
She's referring to herself as a computer program. It's just
yeah.
very meta. We don't get it.
Certainly.
Not actually, but
I mean, like, looking at the poem, though, whoever wrote it for the game put a little bit of time, at least, into it, because you have the bathing, which is reminiscent of, like, the light, bathing in the light,
right.
which is typically talking about, like, attention, which is something that Yuri doesn't get very often, so it could show
a lack of that in her real life.
Yeah, exactly. So she writes about stuff that she wishes she could be potentially, I suppose, considering she is the more imaginative, I suppose, out of these. Like bathing, bathe, same adjective.
Mm-hmm.
And then it must be this one. And a lot of streetlights anymore are no longer amber. I suppose color could indicate something. I don't know. I'm probably analyzing this too. We'll continue.
Yeah, way too much.
I don't know. Like I like
just let's keep
I
going.
like analyzing poetry, but I don't exactly like writing it. I think it's interesting to see the thought process.
Right.
I'm sorry. I have such terrible handwriting.
No, you don't.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting's pretty. Now, the first thing that made me think was, I wonder if it actually counts the amount of time that we stay on her poem.
I don't think so. But if you clicked right through it, it wouldn't does the same exact.
Probably, it just makes me wonder. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Phew. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, BTS. Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remnant's place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. Where are you going? Chip's back. Dude, that's gonna sound so bad on the recording, by the way.
Oh, I know. If I moved away.
And soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. Oh my god. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Yeah, easy to swallow my ass, Yuri. You put way too much thought into this for it to be easy to swallow.
Yeah.
It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so?
Oh,
Yeah,
I bet you can, BTS.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, BTS. Me too.
Monica.
Who next? Natsuki, Sayori?
Who had the next most little...
I think it was, Sayori.
Was it?
I believe so.
I think they were pretty even, but I think you're right there.
So we'll have Sayori next. Dot, dot, dot.
Imagine going to Monica and it's just like, you tailored this to Yuri. I see.
That'd be really funny. This is a good poem, BTS. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one.
Wait, was not writing one an option?
No. It was... Wait, actually, that's a good point. Was that an option?
Could we have saved and then loaded back up and not had to write it? I doubt it. I guarantee it makes you write it.
Probably. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Wait. If we're in Japan, don't we have to fill out, like, club forms to actually be a part of this club? Of which we never did. So is this all just
technically
for naught?
speaking, there's a lot of time that's unaccounted for in between. So we could have written.
This is fair. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, BTS. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Or people that just don't want to deal with conflict. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here, exactly what I'm saying. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you read my poem too, right? So I was wondering when they're talking about how the fact that Monica, like, they thought that Monica would have more, like, club proctored events happening, like, meetings, like, it just makes me wonder what we expect would be going on at the literature club, like it'd be a little mini book club, or...
I mean, it's a literature club, so I imagine, yes. You imagine it to be a book club, Zach.
Well, I understand, but so far we haven't seen anything of the sort. It seems like everyone's doing their own thing.
Well, yeah. That's probably why, though. That's probably why there's not club proctored events. Because nobody wants to do the same thing. Nobody can agree on everything.
Again, coming back to the very different characters. Don't worry, I'm really bad at so apparently Sayori seems self-conscious. Maybe just a little bit.
Sayori's too nice to us. That's suspicious.
So she's suspicious.
Suspicious.
We'll see about that. What's your poem? Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me get out of bed. Or help me out of bed. Make me rub the sleepy from my eyes. The sleepy.
The sleepy?
The sleepy, that's what it says. Not the sleep.
I know.
The sleepy.
That's why.
Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast.
I want breakfast. Me too, Sayori, me too.
She wasn't wrong. This is much less refined than Yuri's. And I'm wondering now if they had the same person write this, or if they had completely different people write these for
I
production.
bet it was the same person and they were trying to write it differently.
Probably. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No.
Just a little bit. How? You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. True. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself.
Do we write it right before class? Is that where that pops up?
Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice. Or, how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Yeah, scatterbrained.
Really? Yeah. Especially that last... You can really hear the author's voice in it. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I mean, I skip breakfast like every day.
Get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
I wonder if there's a mod for this game where it actually gives you voices.
Monica's the best. Sure she is. Yeah, but next time I won't forget, and I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it.
2 more choices.
Not here.
I do say, really quick,
I
do think we should end this episode.
I say it like the end of this day.
At the end of this day. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
At the end of this day. Or should we leave one person to talk to?
Oh, that's so mean, though. I feel like major plot progression points afterwards are a better way to leave it off.
Yeah, whatever.
Let's just go Natsuki. We'll leave Monica for last.
Yeah.
BTS, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh? What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put effort into it. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Painful to think about. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly.
Okay, definitely the most childlike
In
out of
writing.
all of them, for sure.
Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek. Cheetahs can run, eagles can fly.
Hold
People
on.
can try, but that's about it.
I gotta try something. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race,
Oh my god.
owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try. But that's about it.
I don't know what to think about this one. You're right. It is definitely
Very childlike.
the most childlike.
I think ours was better, and ours was just a random ad-lib BS of words.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely shows the childlike aspect because it's even talking about animals, and I feel
Yeah,
like
animals, and it's also, 3-word sentences.
but yeah, 1, 2, 3,
It's
1, 2, 3,
subject.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Subject,
Verb.
verb, adjective. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. That's a lie. What? Just be honest. I am.
Natsuki,
Why are
you
you
suck.
Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff.
This game didn't ask to use our microphone, right?
Pretty sure it didn't.
Hope not.
I'm like 90% sure it didn't. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard.
Yours didn't hit anything.
Like
Yours
in
is
this
like-
poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah.
Natsuki's poem
understand.
was like somebody trying to punch you with a feather.
I feel that though.
Like they try to throw a feather at you.
Yeah, they're like throwing the feather and they don't think about the fact that it's just going to float on the air.
And it is hitting them instead. Like it just lands on their head. I don't,
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. What's the feeling? So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. I mean, she's not wrong though. Simple poems can sometimes be very good.
If you start each word or each sentence with an animal name, every middle line with can, and then a random verb that you just thought of, it is not a poem anymore. I can't say that. It's a poem, but it's not good.
Yeah, Natsuki getting all the hate here. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you've learned something. She's so goggy.
So we've slowly
Didn't
gotten
expect
worse
that
and
from
worse.
The youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. And
Are we
finally,
saving the best for last?
Monica. I think we went with the best first.
So did I.
Hi,
However,
BTS.
who knows? Maybe Monica
Having a good time so far? However, Monica, what?
she might have something to surprise us with.
Potentially. I have a feeling
Potentially.
her poem is going to be
Decent.
decent.
Better than Sayori and Natsuki.
Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening.
Yes, we should make a nude calendar. It'll raise funds for the club, I promise.
Who's gonna buy it? Are they gonna market it to the high school?
Yes.
Oh, shit. They'd probably make a lot of money, I'm gonna be honest.
They definitely would.
Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? We're not bringing that up. Alright, I'll keep that in mind.
Oh, where's the option? Come on.
Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much
Joking.
better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Yeah. Don't worry, BTS. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
Aren't
Yeah,
you guys all,
that's
like,
true.
been in this club longer than... Like, you guys have had other meetings than today, right?
I mean, you'd think.
Because they
I
all
think
seem
that's-
to know
that's
each
how
other
it's meant
quite
to be.
well. But then it's like, we're all embarrassed. It's like, it's all our first time. No, it's not.
Well, I mean,
That's how it comes across as.
it does, but it's still going to be at least a little embarrassing sharing poetry.
Oh my god, girls, there's a boy! Like, that's what it's... We're all a little embarrassed to have you here.
That is the vibes. Great job, BTS. I was going ooh in my head.
Ooh.
Okay.
No.
No.
What? What did you do?
I clicked settings.
Oh, you
See,
dummy.
just here. See, I turned down the sound volume a little bit. Oh, can we turn up the text speed?
Oh my god, yes. All the way.
That's gonna be too fast. Watch.
But it won't.
It's really metaphorical. I'm
It-
not
yeah,
sure
just like
why,
that.
but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort.
That's not very fair.
I was not expecting that. Yeah, I like to keep everyone's expectations low, so then when I actually do put in effort, it's very impressive. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right?
I
Oh,
told
jeez,
you!
Called it!
I told you!
You called it! Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to deserve their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot.
Oh, really?
I haven't had to make any of these comments tonight. Like, before we
Oh,
started,
I've got you covered, Zach.
Yeah,
you're
I
not.
know.
You're not going there. I am.
Before we started recording, like, Jordan has already said some, like,
There was
sus
5
stuff tonight. There were 5 very
Yeah.
suspicious lines that
Not
he said.
suspicious. I wasn't saying anything gay. That would be suspicious.
Okay, well,
That's what people consider sus for some reason.
yes. You know what I mean, though. Not very
I said some very
questionable
interesting.
lines.
Interesting, not questionable. Interesting.
It could take a
lines.
while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Actually, I do. That's kind of the point of the game so far.
Yeah.
The only objective we've gotten so far is write a poem to impress the person you like the most. So.
Wait, is our character giving us those directions though? Directions?
That's a good question.
Technically speaking?
That is a good question.
Because let's be honest, our character kind of seems like he's...
Well, he's explicitly stated that he's not in the club for the literature.
Exactly, that's what I mean. He's very, very much in it for the chicks.
Anyway, you want to read
Cheers.
my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. Monica, stop this. You sound pretty confident for someone. who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. Not in the wall, hole in wall.
Yeah.
It couldn't have been me. See? The direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend, I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in.
Okay, I forgot how quickly her meta gaming starts. Her meta commentaries.
Obviously, immediately talking about the fact that we are looking in on her.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Real blind.
I thought it took a couple days or a couple goes first.
Permanent copy of the meaningless image. Meaningless image, as in, the game being meaningless. Well, the permanent copy.
You know the scary part about this?
What?
We now have ChatGPT. And actually good AIs.
Yeah.
That don't have to be fabricated to look like they're sentient. Because they kind of are not...
Actually...
No, there's no AI that's sentient. However, we have made AIs that were sentient and then had to destroy them. Or shut them down, I should say. What was it? The two chatbots that were told to communicate to each other, and then they started talking in a new language that they made up?
Yeah. There was also a pair that they made that they had interact with each other that started to co-conspire against the people that made them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Jesus Christ.
If you give an AI the internet and tell it to make the world better, you know the first thing they're probably doing or trying to do. Take out the problem.
Oh.
What causes the most issues?
Well, either way, it's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is... A lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. So, slam poetry. Basically.
Yep.
What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
Interesting.
An epiphany. Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to... What?
There's multiple endings, isn't there?
Yeah. There's multiple.
Yeah.
I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Better friends with each other, aka you've murdered them. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. This is actually very true, though.
Mm-hmm.
Another way to think about this is, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big, dark puddle of ink.
Not with modern pens.
Nope. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Everyone said that they were equally shit, so why are they standing here judging us? Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Even if they're just being nice, there's no way... Okay, aside from Yuri. I think Yuri's very justified in being able to go, that was kind of crap.
Okay, listen. Yuri and Monica are the only two that can say anything about our poem. I'm sorry, but Sayori and Natsuki, just what? It ain't it, Chief.
No.
It ain't it.
Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poem can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Moniki are
Monarchy.
Moniki.
Monarchy.
Ooh, Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. Natsuki, what's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute?
Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up.
No, it's not.
How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but I really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it.
I have some questions, a couple of suggestions.
Is that what I said?
No. You said it right. I'm just Hamilton.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, did I really mess it up west? That Huh, alright.
Aaron Burr coming up to Washington in which song? Right Hand Man, I believe is the song.
I don't know. I don't know the song.
I'm gonna need a right hand man. Yeah.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and BTS did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring.
BTS.
Which I haven't yet. What's up the double N? How do you make that? It's like, I guess. And BTS liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Oh, I love the music change there too. It gets to be so...
That music gets so monotonous after a while, I gotta be honest.
It does. It's just kind of faded out for me.
We might have to turn it off eventually.
Potentially?
What, it's faded out?
No. I'm saying it faded out.
I know what
for
you mean.
Me,
yep.
Like, after a certain point,
You've gone blind to it.
Exactly.
Deaf to it. Not blind.
That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that BTS appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Oh, they're going at each other. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as BTS started showing up.
Excuse me?
Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. It's Natsuki and Yuri. They're like both attacking Monica here. I don't like fighting guys. Suddenly both girls turn towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Oh, we probably have to choose a side. BTS. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. I'm sorry, I'm not liking the childlike impressions that Natsuki is giving off. I'm so sorry. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, BTS. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings the most effectively. This is honestly true.
Yeah.
I mean, look at all of the... I mean, obviously there's a lot of debate among what should be considered, like, classical, or, like, classic literature. Like, when you look at stuff like...
Shakespeare.
Yeah, like Shakespeare, and then, Hawthorne, Scarlet Letter, which I've been reading, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's rather haughty, if I can describe it like that, which
Haughty.
I believe I can.
Haughty.
Oh God, don't do that in the fucking avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, BTS? Well, they're both, like, yelling at me. How did I get dragged into this into the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me.
Help me, Sayori.
I love how this is an option. So...
no, let's just go completely.
Yuri.
Let's just
Yuri.
go.
Okay.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Natsuki.
Natsuki. Oh, are we gonna, like, roast her? You're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean.
Natsuki.
You shouldn't
she's
pick a
gonna hate
fight
us.
just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri, you're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. Wait, so...
We didn't really choose a
diffusing the
side.
situation. Yeah, we didn't really...
Yeah.
I kind of expected this to when it said, like, choose or... It was like a choose or die situation more so.
It's like...
Rather than, like, oh...
Either completely ruin somebody, your status with someone, and gain status with the other. I guarantee Natsuki is still going to be mad at us.
Probably.
Like, she's going to turn this on us somehow.
Okay, let's see how it turns out. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri
There
means
it is.
well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? Yeah, see, there we go.
Uh-huh.
That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. And Monica's... You both said some things that you
I think
didn't
Monica's
mean.
just on our side.
Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped, at this point being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sayori, she doesn't need to... You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumbles up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash.
Can we go pick it up?
Natsuki, she really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. Can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't know if that's correct, but I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, BTS. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you as a part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, you know, I would never do anything so shameful. So, what thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea. Ah, good idea. Yeah, we never heard that bit. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah.
Her boobs magically grew in size.
I don't think they...
I don't think they did either. Then again, we wouldn't really know.
I haven't been paying attention. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did y'all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. BTS, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same.
It's alright.
It was...
It's alright.
I really hope we're not country. Yeah, if we're just
Country.
Sorry, that's what I heard. Took the headphone.
So alright.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, but just imagine if our character was like, it was neat thinking to talk with everybody. Like, I'd hate that.
Alright, guys, I thought it was fun talking to y'all.
Awesome. No, thank you.
I'm gonna head off, alright?
In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you can learn something from your friends, too? So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. And onto myself with newfound determination.
Should we just go with Yuri
Yeah.
again?
Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Hehe. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion. That's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, BTS, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you, too. That's... yeah. We can't do that laugh at all, and every time that we try, it just turns out terribly.
It sounds like, have you ever watched, RT Game?
No, I'm sorry.
He does a toad voice, and it's the most cursed thing you've
I
ever
hate toad
heard.
voices. Every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Suri still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there?
Does it really need to stop at just being friends with everyone? I could be dating them all.
That's, yeah, okay.
Our character is a fuckboy.
Honestly, yeah, he's a bit creepy. Like, if he said everything he thought in his head out loud, he definitely would not be our main character.
No, well,
We'll just have
he
to
would
see
be our
what the
main
video
character,
is.
but we'd be in jail.
Certainly.
It would be a very different game.
I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. So then we have to write this.
No. We said we are going to stop.
Yep, so we're
Up.
going to save it. We just need to...
Save.
Empty
Empty slot. This is the first time we've saved.
Oh, I'm so glad it hasn't crashed or anything.
I had this game crash when I first played it.
Then we can exit to main menu.
But also, I didn't play a full game because I was like, okay, I've seen this I've seen too much of this, and I was. What's history? That's all the Oh my gosh.
At least from the.
We're
from
gonna
a little
quit,
while ago.
right?
Yeah. Well, that takes us completely out of the.
Yeah. It's fine.
And it's just black.
Because we just do this. That's not the worst thing, Zach. Come on now.
No, it's not the worst thing.
Let me just do that real quick for us. Alright, guys. Well, we're going to head off. We have another video to make
And
tonight.
It's already 4:50.
So it's probably going to end up, turning into daytime as we're on the next one. This is probably going to be 2 videos.
Or more.
Or more.
Is this
It's 2 hours
hit
long.
the 2-hour mark now.
So we're probably going to cut this one up at least into 2, but then we have to make an outro for the next one, so we have some work to do.
Certainly.
Yeah.
I did enjoy our time with Doki Doki tonight, though.
Well, I know you did.
It was kind of fun.
Doki Doki is apparently his favorite game.
That is a lie. If you knew me, you would know. Actually, you do know me, but my favorite game is Hollow Knight. Thank you.
I know it's Hollow Knight.
Either way, that was first episode. First impressions are pretty good.
That was not the
So
first
far.
episode. That was probably the first 2 episodes, 3 episodes maybe.
This is true because we can cut it up.
We're probably gonna cut this up. This is staying in though. I don't know which episode it'll be in, This is staying in,
The last one?
probably.
Because it's easiest to cut that way?
Yeah, but
See, we're not professional here at all. We just say whatever.
we're
And
just chilling,
it's not
guys.
like, it's not like we're trying to be like, yeah, professional outro. Either way, we've got some more stuff to do. Hope you enjoy, and we'll see you in the next one.